So people are asking me all the time, dude, your Road King Classic is a beautiful motorcycle, but aren't you concerned about getting hit with debris or something? And why don't you ever put a windshield on it? We think you're crazy. My question is, how can you put a windshield on something that beautiful?
I'm out on Duke, taking him to the doctor today, and I really wanted to finish up some initial thoughts that I have had and talk to other people about my motorcycle, and specifically around how do you ride? Do you ride naked? Do you ride with a windshield? Do you ride without one? And let me start by saying that Duke, my 2000 Road King Classic, if you're new to the channel, welcome, is my favorite bike I've ever had, no doubt. And I do have a 16-inch Clockworks windshield that is in my basement that goes on Duke at some point. And believe it or not, it is August in Michigan, and my wife wants to start the fireplace tonight. So the weather is changing a little bit, but that means Duke will also change. So there's reasons that you should have a windshield on, and there's reasons that you shouldn't have a windshield on in my mind. So I just want to go over those real quick with you and get your take, and then maybe I'll share a little bit about the doctor visit that I'm having with my bike, and it's a bike doctor, not a Bob doctor. So I'm a half full glass guy, so let's start with the things that could be bad because you don't have a windshield. Number one is, if you're using your bike for any type of touring and you're going long distances, well, it does tire you out more when you are facing the wind hitting you, right? As a matter of fact, I can feel it, and I'm only doing 50 miles an hour. I can feel it on my chest right now. Actually, it feels freaking awesome. But it can change how much, how tired you're going to get when you take especially longer rides. There's no doubt about that. And one of the things that really got me additionally talking about this is I just bought a new helmet. I don't have it on today, but it's a modular. And what was cool, it's my first modular ever, because I've always wear a full face helmet, right? And I'll stop twice on the next one. It was so cool just having the whole modular up and just feeling that wind. And it made me think about those guys that, and I'm not going to get into whether you should wear a helmet or not. That's grown-ass people. You can do what you want, right? For me, I always wear a helmet, but having that up for like a 2-hour ride was like a game changer for me. I'm like, holy crap, this is so much more comfortable ride, and I love this. And I tie it kind of to the windshield. Now, in the old days, and in some places, people don't even wear, all right, folks, people don't even wear a helmet, so they get this all the time, so they get it. But man, there was this feeling of, oh my God, this is so comfortable. But I also took one to the forehead, or just below the forehead, talking about things that can happen. A little pebble that popped up and hit me, and I'm like, oh crap. So there are some risks that you may get pulled. You may take some hits, and come on, it's war stories. You need to do that every now and then. So, but there is some risk of getting, something thrown up at you. If you follow the channel, you know I also have a 2024 new Road Glide, and I'll tell you what, I have been tempted to put hand guards on it because I keep getting clocked by a rock or something, but I just can't buy into the look. I just can't buy into the look yet. Maybe I will one day, but maybe it's going to take me losing a finger or something. But so there is definitely some risk, and yes, I have been hit with a couple things because I did not have the windshield on Duke. So there is that risk as well. And I'm sure there's a bunch of other risks. I mean, looking through a windshield, does that diminish your vision or not. You know, what the one I have, no, it really doesn't. Does it impact if you ever wanted to change the bars? I mean, I am going to the motorcycle doctor right now, but I'm not sure doctors see. You see doctors for motorcycle bars. I don't know, but you're going to find out, by the way, real soon. But does the windshield impact if you change the bars, right? So there are some downsides of not riding with a windshield. There's no doubt of that. To me, it's mostly fatigue, and of course, it is definitely getting hit by debris. So those are the downsides to me. And many of you, and write it in the comment, are you a windshield or a non-windshield guy, or are you like me? You kind of do a little bit of both, because early in the spring when it's chilly, it's on. Late in the fall when it's cold, it's on. Other than that, we're running naked, baby. No doubt about it. So let's talk about the good things. The good things I like about it is, and I talked earlier about the new modular, is the airflow. It's to me, sometimes that reminds me of what motorcycle riding is about. My lovely bride is following me because Duke's going to be away from me for a couple weeks. But I was like thinking, as I've been like 2 miles from my house, I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I've been in this work crazy life funk. And in like, I don't know, a mile and a half, I had the shield up because I wasn't talking to you all. But I was just like, oh my God, I feel like I'm out of it. Just a quick ride. And I'm convinced, as much as it's the rumble of the bike and being one with the area you're riding in, I just think that the airflow is so beneficial to you. I mean, think about it in the old days when they didn't really have the helmets that we have today. You know, you never heard of any of those guys, you know, getting into or having a heavy problem because of no windshield. No, I'm sure they did, but man, they were like, let's ride. You know, riding's about not having a lot of gadgets. Don't look at my phone. And being one with the bike in the area you're riding, right? So to me, just how it makes you feel without a windshield is super cool. By the way, back real quick, if it's really cold, right, you may prefer to have the windshield on. And that's kind of what it is for me, because the older I get, the more wimpier I'm getting. That's right, I said it. The other thing to me is, and I've said this on other videos, and I'll link them in the description, is one of the reasons that I love the Road King is not only the iconic look, but the headlight. This big old fat headlight is the reason that when I look at this bike is the first thing that I look at. I just love it. And when I got the windshield on, it's like having darkened glass in your car. You can barely see out of it, and you can't see the beautifulness. And a lot of it is just me sitting back, putting my feet up, and just enjoying this bike with no hindrance. My wife's probably right behind me going, what are you doing? So to me, it is just so freeing to ride it without the windshield. That, man, I'll tell you what, even when it's hot out, I know people say that the windshield will help. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I cannot have it on in the summer. And I honestly believe that when I put it on late in the year, there's probably only a ride or two left on this bike. Because obviously, you know, an older bike like this, you're a lot more exposed with the weather. But man, I'll tell you what, I barely, if I ride this bike, and I do have two bikes again, if I ride this bike 20 times a year, 18 of them are without the windshield. And I know there's pluses and minuses. I'd love to hear back from you guys what you see or what you prefer if you have an older bike. Windshield or not, visor up or not, modular up or not, helmet up or not. You know, what's your deal, and why do you think a windshield is a good reason, and why do you think that it is a bad reason? See, I mean, this guy's out running in shorts and a cutoff. Who would have a windshield on right now? I mean, really. My preference, as you can tell, is no damn windshield. And I know there's risks, but there's risks in everything we do. You got to have fun. You got to build stories. And make memories for sure. So before I leave you though, this is important. I need to talk to you about what's going on with Duke and why he's going away for a couple weeks.
Duke, the doctor, man, I need to get this done because Duke could be really sick. So here's the plans. Here's exactly what we're going to get done to the bike.